Alright guys, so here is a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time, but it just had to wait until it was absolutely perfect. So this is my Boss Babe Cambridge pocket that I got from the BST Facebook group, Foxy BST Facebook group, and this is technically like my very first tea in. Like I had bought another one from the BST group, but this one arrived first. And I really wanted Rowena, but I couldn't really find one on the Facebook group and wasn't gonna pay full price. So I found Cambridge and thought it was a very nice substitute. And I love it. I still want to try Rowena eventually, but this one, Cambridge, is just as good. So what this is exactly is what I like to call my sweetheart diary. So this is not a planner, but if you're looking for another excuse for another traveler's notebook, or you have hoarded a lot and need to find a purpose for them, this is another way to use them. So I haven't really seen anything like this. What I mean by sweetheart diary is that this is not actually for me. This is a gift for my boyfriend. So, and what it is in general, it's just like a culmination of our relationship, kind of like just looking back and reminiscing on different things and putting that down in writing and giving it to him, pretty much. So it has a nautical theme because he is obsessed with like the ocean and the water. He's one of those people that would just go and look at the sunset and just sit at the sand, on the sand at the beach, and just look at the water and kind of just chill. Like, he's one of those people. It's a gift for him, so I wanted to cater to his likes. So first off, I sort of like this bookmark situation. Like I said, it's nautical themed, but it's also like old school, like traditional antique-ish type of vibe as well. So this is a poem I wrote for him, but what I did was I aged the pages, which you'll also see throughout the TN, and first I typed up the poem. I forget what font this is. Aged the page, like with the font or with the poem already on it, so it didn't mess up. Like, the aged the page by soaking the paper in tea, and then crumbling it up and then flattening it out and letting it dry. Waffles, get out of my face. And then I sort of took a lighter and just like burned the edges. So some of the poem is there and some of it's not, which I thought was kind of like a cool look. And then I decided, he calls me Tiger. That's his nickname for me. So I kind of just signed it, but again, like even my signature is a little bit burned off. So I just thought it was a nice look. And I laminated it just so that it wouldn't get ruined. And it can sort of be a bookmark. That's why I kept like straight edge, kept part of it to have a straight edge. And then, but yeah, right now I'm using it as a guard. I kind of found that I like to do this with all my TNs because, with the elastics, it puts pressure on the insides, like this part right here, like it pulls those in and pinches those in. So I have this here as like a guard because it kind of does it a little bit less with this kind of like in the way right there. And then this is just another piece of aged paper. It doesn't have anything on it. Again, I figured it could be kind of used as a bookmark or whatever. And I also use that as a guard for the back. Then on my my charm here. I got a charm. These like the bottle charm, I think come in like a 3-pack from Michael's. So I got that, added, you know, a lobster clasp to it so I could clip it on my elastic. And then I just took another piece of aged paper that I made, rolled it up so, you know, it looked like a scroll, and stuck it in here. So it's kind of like a message in a bottle. And I'm thinking I may want to redo this and actually write a message on the paper. And then, I don't know, like some type of secret message, and have him open it later in life, maybe. I don't know. I had just thought about that this morning, so I may do that. But right now there's like nothing on the paper, and then I just E6000 the cork into the bottle so that it wouldn't come out. So let's go ahead. Eventually I also want to get like a fountain pen, or even like an old school quill to like put in the pen loop, but don't have that just yet, so it's just blank for now. Alright, so let's get in this baby. So like I said, it's nautical themed, and this right here is actually like a panoramic image, like it goes through all the way. So it's got, so this is supposed to be like the sky, and this paper I got from Michael's, and it's just what's it called, like the stars for our horoscopes. So I'm a Scorpio, and so and he's a Leo. So what I did was I took my white jelly roll pen, and I highlighted our actual horoscopes. So like I said, I'm a Scorpio, so it says Scorpius. Then I highlighted it in white, and then he's a Leo, so I highlighted his as well. But yeah, so our horoscopes were kind of on like opposite sides of the page. So I kind of, you know, like cut it out, and then like tape them together in the middle. And I thought it was cool. I've never seen anyone do like a like, I guess you can call it like a panoramic view, where like the image is on the whole back cover. So just so you guys can see better, just take this apart real quick and then assemble it together. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a single. Boss Babe, Cambridge, brown stitching, brown elastics. But yeah, so this is just like the whole view. And then I just took some I think it's cotton cording. Yeah, so it's just the bead landing cording, and it's from Michael's, and this is the one I pretty much used up. And I just tied little knots. I'm sure this is a knot. I don't know exactly the name of the knot, but I know it's a knot. And again, sticking with the nautical theme, it just stuck right in there. And then I'll just leave that in. There's another knot. And I kind of unraveled the edges a little bit, like on purpose, and stuck them in there. So that's like my front and back pocket per se. These pockets actually, like I said, I bought this from BST Group, so they actually came already with these pockets in it. And so the lady before me had put a big pocket and then like a smaller, these are both secretarial, smaller secretarial pocket on top of it. So I guess this is probably like the medium and small sizes of the Foxy Fix pockets, but I couldn't say for sure because I'm not the one who purchased them. Yeah, so that's that. And then, so inside, I don't know why I'm messing with things. So I have 3 inserts. You know, obviously 2 of them are drop band together, and then the one in the middle. So I'm just gonna put them back in here. So what I did was I bought a paper pack aside from this this paper, this sheet that I got from Michael's. The rest of these papers are from a the papers and the clip art are from an Etsy shop called Origins Digital Curio. And I bought 2 paper packs from, I think it's a him. The owner of the shop is a him. I'm not sure, but from the shop I bought 2 paper packs. One was called Fantasy Oceans Scene Creator, and the other one was Star Map Overlays. So there, you can kind of tell, but I know that the it's really dark, but there's like words written. So that was like one of the backgrounds. Yeah, so you can sort of tell better now. But this was like a background, and then I grouped this ship on top of it. I thought this ship was really nice. And what I did was I bought a paper pack from Walmart in their cardstock section, the $5 paper packs, but it was like the browns, all the brown papers. And so I used that, but I didn't want to use sleeves or plastic sleeves or anything because I wanted, like I said, that old school feel. So I wanted all the textures to be paper, except for obviously the plastic sleeves that were already in the TN. So I used that as like, it's like cardstock, and so I used that as kind of like the base, and then I tape runnered my designs on top of that. So this is supposed to be like the ship, and then this is supposed to be like the deck of the ship, or the floor, sorry. I was in the Navy, so sometimes I use Navy terminology. But this is like the floor of the ship. And so that's my first insert. And then what I'm gonna use my first insert for is to tell the story of our first date. So again, this is a gift, so it's going to be very pretty. So I'm writing out exactly what I want to say in another journal, and then once I've written it all out, and I'm going to be like super detailed and super expressive, and you know, try to recall every little thing that I was like thinking and how I was feeling and everything. And so that's what this first insert would be, to tell the story of our first date. And again, I just aged the pages by soaking it in tea, letting it dry a little bit, crumbling it up, and flattening it back out and letting it dry the rest of the way. So then this is the whole poem that I have wrote for him. I'm not really gonna read it, but you can see it. And basically what it means is just like through, like, so in reference to the sea, like I compared the sea is supposed to also be me. So this is kind of like him talking in a sense. I wrote it obviously, but this would be like what I feel he says to me in a sense. So, you know, like no matter what we're going through, no matter the storms, no matter the situations, like one, you know, he always loves me, he'll always love me. Like, you know, it's only a season type thing, but at the same time, you know, you love someone the same, but you know, as a relationship progresses, your love changes and that it grows. So you don't love them differently, you just love them more. And you, because you start to understand them more, you start to respect them more, start to admire them more, you know. So that's kind of what I was trying to portray with, or say in this poem. But yeah, so with the second insert, so again, this paper was from the paper packs I bought from Origins Digital Curio on Etsy, and then I typed up my poem and put it on top, and then and then this is the brown paper I got from Walmart that I use as like the base because it's thicker. While this is print, the papers and prints are printed on just regular computer paper, and then so that's why I use the cardstock as to anchor it a bit better. And then on the inside, I have this rose print, which I really love, which I use in like a lot of my TNs. No matter what, I always find a purpose for them. And then, so this is just the second insert. It's gonna be more for like situations where we may be going through, where like we need encouragement, or just me like just reminiscing on different things and just showing that like everything, it's not always good days. Like, we argue sometimes, we struggle with things at times, like, and it's just kind of like to note those things, because when you look back on things and you realize, oh hey, it's not all fun and games, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but that's okay, because I remember going through this really hard situation and look at we are now type thing. So that's that. This bookmark, I know a lot of people do it like double-sided, but I just wanted it one-sided. Like I said, I'm trying to keep things a bit more simpler. And like I said, it's nautical themed, so I wanted this. I like to think of this as like the remnants of like a fisherman's toolbox, or tackle box, I should say. Like at the bottom, like these are just like little random things you would find, or little random things you would find in the sand. So again, all these things are from Michaels. The cording is just the same cording I talked with the knots, and then this was just the beaded the strings of beads. This was something by itself, and then these were something by itself, and then I took goodness gracious, brass cording, and I wrapped it around just to cage it, make my own little cage thing, and also like create a little eyelet situation for the cord to like actually, for it to be able to hang off the cording. And then these anchors came in a little pack of gold and silver, and then there were these were also a string of beads that I caged myself using wiring, again, from just the jewelry section. So again, this is just how they all looked like from originally, and then I caged this with like a rose gold colored looking wire, and then these were like silver. And so I love the mixed metals look. I don't know, I'm currently obsessed with it. But so you have silver, gold, and then the rose gold. So I really like the way that looks. And then on the top, I just tied like a super thick knot, and then it's just the silver anchor. So when I close it, this kind of hangs at the bottom. It looks really neat. And then this kind of looks like just like an anchor in the sand. If you were to think of like the pages as sand. Guys, I've thought through this so thoroughly, like you have no idea. Like, but yeah, so okay. So again, H pages, the rose paper, and then this is the same print just without the words. And then my final print, okay, so these all, like these little waves were all separate, or like a separate clip art situation. And then so why I just overlapped them, and then these gold fishies were like another separate overlay. And then it was this this is actually a fish, like its head is down here, but I just wanted it to look like a huge type of sea monster situation. I don't know, I just really like the look. And you know, I kind of forgot that, you know, you fold the page in half and then you can only see half the image, but I was going to be like super anal and go back and print it out so that the whole sea loop was, you know, sea monster loop was like on the front. But it's just like, my boyfriend's not going to care. Like all these little anal things I'm thinking about, like, it's still going to look awesome and he's still going to love it regardless if I make it the exact way I want it to make it or not. Like, it's gonna be all the same to him. So that's that. And then on the inside, so this is where I said I used a little bit of glitter because I used this paper for something else and I had a little bit left, just enough to cover you know, the inside cover. And I ended up cutting it just a little bit too short, and so there's like a little space and I was just like, I have to cover it up. And so all I had was like this gold, that's not all I have, but all I had that like sort of went with this setup I got going on was this gold Michael's washi tape, and I was just like, but then at the same time, it's just a little bit of me, even though I made this entire thing, so it has me written all over it, but just had to put glitter in it somewhere, right? It just had to happen. So again, this is like the floor or the deck of the ship, but this is more like over time, after the time has passed, you know, the wood is a bit bleached from the sun. And so, you know, this print is a lot lighter from the original print. Like I said, I think way too much. Again, we got the H pages, the wood, the back cover, you can see more of the sea monster, and then the actual back cover with the knot. And again, this is supposed to be the sky and our horoscopes. Oh, I forgot to mention what this third insert for is just for like I guess like the middle is for like sort of like bad times and, you know, things we go through, and then the last one is for like good stuff. So maybe like cute things he says or does, or randomly he just makes me feel super awesome and I just want to like reminisce on that day and write it down, you know, like I'm doing for the first insert with our entire first date. So maybe I'll include in here like when he asked me to be his girlfriend, when I came back from an underway, because I used to be in the Navy, so there's times where he's like been there with balloons, and I could have been gone a week or a couple of weeks, and he'll be, you know, have balloons and flowers, and he'll say like welcome back. So maybe I just want to reminisce on one of those times. My dogs want attention right now, so so you see their little noses or paws, they're being annoying. But so yeah, so I'll probably include that in there because, you know, it's things that he may not realize, you know, that like sort of made me feel special or just made me feel really good about myself. And so this is my sweetheart diary. This is one of many editions, I'm sure. Like I'll keep making these, like I'll fill this one up, like this is the very first one, and there's really no time period. Oh yeah, other than like, so I forgot to also mention, I won't be putting times in here. Maybe at the most I'll put like the season and the year, but other than that I want it to be sort of timeless. So there's no like limit that like every 6 months I'll make a new one, or every year I'll make a new one, or anything like that. It's just kind of like when I fill it up, or when I feel like, you know, it captures a certain phase in our life or whatever, I'll do a new one. And I think that's kind of cool. My concept behind that is just, you know, love is timeless, and time flies and you lose time, and, you know, the next thing you know, you're married with, you know, 3 kids in college, and you're considered an old fart, you know. So I kind of just want to capture as much as I can in like an old school way, and then at the same time, this is a way for me to share what I love to do with him. So I know a lot of us, as far as crafters, you know, our significant others don't understand. And so this is a way to, for him to see like how I use the things that I buy, and for him, you know, sort of to love what I do as well. It's kind of a way for me to share it with him by literally showing him, by gifting him my crafting in a sense. So okay, I've rambled on way too much. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, if you're one that is looking for an excuse for another TN, to do another TN setup, to have a TN, or you have plenty of TNs, or and are looking for reasons and for a purpose to use them because you've kind of established a collection, and obviously you can only use so many at one time, try this out. Like I said, I call it my sweetheart diary. Obviously you can call it whatever you want, but I love it regardless. If you do try it out, let me know, tag me, show me what you guys have come up with. I'll do an update eventually after I've like written in it or done most of it. I kind of want to give it to him for Christmas, but at the same time I do not want to rush filling this up. Like I want it to be sort of organic and to fill it up as things come for me to write it in there. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with all my rambling. As always, you can find me on Instagram at Wak Factory, WAK Factory. As always, never settle for face value. See ya.
This one is waffles. I can never get them to sit down. And that's what you love. You guys are not in town?